Right folks, as you can see, back on the river, and to be honest, I've never seen this river so low at this time of year. And there was a massive storm yesterday, but it only brought wind, no rain, and I don't know if you can see, I can see the bottom here. I've never seen it like this before this time of year, especially. She was a good 5-6 foot up from this. It's a beautiful day today. I think we're in the eye of the storm here, but you know, it might be a bit of a benefit. Sometimes this river's better when it's in flood because the fish come in the edge, but I may have to fish to the far bank. I'm not sure though. It's still a big river and it's pretty deep out there, so I'll be tramming through a bit more than it's looking on the surface. So what I'm going to just do is I'm just going to fish probably 5-6 pegs. I started at the top of the swim, well, probably about halfway up, and I'm going to work my way back down by the end of the night. Maybe have an hour in each swim. I think that's what's going to happen. I think if we get a fish, it's going to be in the first hour. You can sit here and wait all day, but I fancy moving about a bit today. We've been going to do this for a while, me and Brent. Like I say, Brent was meant to come yesterday, but we cancelled because of the storm. So I'm just going to see how deep it is on the edge here. See, it's not very deep. This river we found, when the water's up, and it's probably the same with all rivers, the fish move into the edge, so they're easy to locate, the pike, and the prey fish come in as well. And when it's not moving, let's say it's, if you have a look, it's a massive river. Well, the water's clear, so I don't even know if putting oils in and stuff will be any point today. See if I can find a drop off. It's moving quite fast out there, faster than I initially thought it was. I'm not on the bottom there. There's a drop off there, that's where, let's see if it holds. It's holding. When you got it bouncing about a bit like that, you just got to keep a real good eye on it. You usually get indication if it's a bite, it starts moving fast. With the river going down, it's nice and steady, up and down. Right, we'll get set up. Right, I've got the bait on now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to fish 2 rods today. Me and Brent will go fish 1 rod each. But, say Brent couldn't make it today. I'm going to fish 2 rods, and I think I'm going to call the left rod Brent's. So whatever we catch on the left rod is Brent's fish. Whatever I catch on the right, which I think the best pegger now, best swim, is mine. We'll just see, because I see my fish downstream. Get that in there, get the bait runners on. Yeah, you can see how it's bobbing up and down nice and gently there. Obviously that's with the water going through. When you get a bite, I'll just do a sort of demo of a bite. It's more erratic. You can just tell after you've been doing it a while. So I need to set the other rod up. I just put some more braid on that one, so I've got to reset it all up. I'll keep an eye on that as I'm setting it up. We'll see if we can get a bite. Right, that's my rod. I'll set Brent's up now. Right, I've got my other rod set up now. I'm going to fish. There's a bit of a slack here. I'm going to fish just there, and this is the one where Brenton would probably fished if he'd have been here. So let's see if I catch or he catches one. And a nice slack there, so could be something sat there. Put a smolt on that one. And I got, like I say, a smelt on the other, smolt and a smelt. I've got some skin bobs to try later if these don't work. Done okay on skimmers on here before, but they don't seem to be working that well this year. I'll stick with these baits for the time being. That's it. I'm just go fish an hour in each peg. I think if you can draw the fish in, or you can go and find them. You know, you can sit here all day, and like on the last video I did, I fished most of the afternoon, not a bite, and then 2 minutes before packing up I got one. So it did, you know, it wasn't in the swim initially, that one, so they do come in. So let's see, the next update is I'm moving down to the next pegs while catching a fish. I've got a few stuff today with my mobile stuff. I've got a small mat, it's big enough for at least 20-pound fish. And there's plenty of grass here, so if it comes to it, I'm not carrying the big mat about when I'm moving, walking a mile or two up river. I've got the big net still. And unlooking stuff, that's everything I need. I don't know if it's still on. Yeah, I'm going to strike on it. I think it's come up. Oh no, it's just going up river. Don't feel too big. You can never tell on the river. You can see it, don't see it, just dropped it. Damn. Well, at least I had a bite. It's probably only about, the water's crystal clear so I could see it. It's, you know, what does say about 3 or 4 pounds, so it's not so bad losing them. When you lose a 18-19 pounder. I had it cut for quite a bit, so I wasn't risking getting a deep hooked fish. It's not worth it. I don't think that one will come back. It's a good sign. I've been here about half an hour, so we'll go stopping each peg about an hour. I'll put a bit of oil in these baits. And we're getting interest for about a minute, so you got to strike on them, and it probably wasn't hungry. It was probably just messing about with it. So it's a sign of a fish. At least I've had a run. Sometimes you go, you don't get runs, nothing. So I've had one bite, Brent, and Eddie yet in his swim. If he was here, it'd be good if he catches a 30 in that one. And I'll see. I don't think that'll come back. It shot off up the river because crystal clear the water. Never seen it like this before. But at least I had a bit of interest. It gives you a bit of hope. Quite early on as well into the session. Right, it's been an hour now. Just had that one run and lost that small fish. Nothing else has come back. It's a bit tempting to stop in the same peg once you get a bit of an indication, but I'm not sure if it'll come back. It's only small anyway. Yeah, I think if I probably stopped here, I'd probably pick a fish up or two. But I'm going to stick to the plan and move to the next peg and stick in the pegs for an hour. And I might just finish off in the last peg for a couple of hours. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk down the riverbank. I'm not just going to fish the next peg. I'm going to make sure that it's got a few features and stuff. There's like a bay a bit further down. I fancy that. But it's not right deep. But because it's quite warm out, the fish might have moved into that. So what I'll do is because it's quite sandy here, I'll risk twitching it when I bring them in. This is the small one, just in case there's something sat watching it. It might only work 100, well, once out of 100 times, or might be even more. But you do pick them up this way, but you got to make sure the bottom's not snaggy. And I normally take them straight away when you do that. So it's telling me there's nothing there looking at that. I'll get that one out. I'll do the same with the other. If that small jack's come back, it might be a bit wary now. I did feel the hooks. I'll twitch it again just to see. It's a bit of a risk sometimes doing this because you can get snagged up, but I've got 88-pound braid on, so it normally pulls the hooks. Nothing's come back to it. That was snagged a bit then. Felt like somebody hit it then on the way in. I think what it is, I think there's a snag in the banking. Right, let's move to the next peg. There's a good bush there, but I'm going to fish on that point thing there. Looks a really good peg this, and fish either side of the bushes then. I do fancy this one. I think I've fished here before. It's hard to tell when the water's down. There's a nice platform there to unhook with. Nice bush there. A nice bush downstream, so I think I found my spot for the next hour. All the bait's covered in sand now. I think I'll fish the smelt down. Get a good clean in the water. Looks quite promising, this one. And you see the smelt now, I'll just put it in the sand and clean it up a bit. It should be somewhere near the same depth, so yeah, it looks, I'm not sure if I have fished this bed before. No, sort of look the same on this river. There's a big branch sticking out, I didn't see that. Have to be careful there. Don't think it hit yet. I'll give it 5 minutes now, probably inject some oil and cast it again, because I'm not sure. I'm a bit close to that branch. I'm going to put the other one down at this tree here. The smolt looks quite good just in front of us. It's cleaned off all that sand. I'll just see if it goes hold on the end of the bush. But I saw a pike there. Get some grass. A very pikey peg. Not good that there's otter prints here. Bite on the one close in now. I thought I just kicked my rod, but you see it. I think it's probably a small one when they do that. It's the small, it's quite big. It could even be an eel or something. It's still on it, but it's just not taking it, so it's probably microscopic. But it's a fish. It's plucking at it, so I'll just get the net ready. I just don't think it's. You can always be wrong. It's not really taking the bait down, so it's probably a really small fish. Yeah, it's not massive. I think it's come off. Yeah, when they're doing that, there's probably a pound or so, the fish. You can just tell when you get them weird bites, and like you just can't get it in the mouth. I felt it on for a few seconds, but there was nothing. I mean, it'd been a fish, but I reckon it probably only about a pound. And I've still got probably half an hour left here in this peg. It might be the case that an hour's not long enough for them to come into the area. I think if I'd had the smelt on that one, I'd probably caught it or seen it a bit more. When you get them plucking like that, usually it's small ones. Yeah, I think there's one took the bait. Sometimes I think the perch, you know. Oh, a small one. Yeah. You put them smelts when you get the smaller ones. That'll be the one what took it before, you know. Covered in leeches. Yeah, I've had a bit of interest in each peg, like one of Ux's loose in this. I think it's come out. You get these little ones to do that. They twist up in net. Yeah, I don't mind what I catch. When you get them tangled net up. No trouble with it, you know, you've got to chin them out. You can't chin them out really. Yeah, but you still get bloody tangled up. Like it's tangled now in that net. Usually I have two. Small jack. Yeah. I have to put it back by hand. Right, a bit of an update. I've actually caught one. I've had one running this peg, and I caught one with a guy talking at me, so it was a bit hard to do a bit of commentary on the camera. He's gone up, have a go up there, see if he can catch a pike. Chucking a big rubber lure about. Probably see him on the way back. But I think for now, I think I'm going to move pegs. Only a small jack, about £2. It's probably the one what had to go at the other bait, but it was quite a way away, so it might be. There seems to be loads of jacks about up here, which isn't a good sign if you want a bigger one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the rods in and move them off the mark at least. And it just shows I've moved pegs. If I stopped in the same peg, I'd probably, you know, I'm thinking, especially this peg here, you know, it's a big area, I'd probably catch a few more. But I'm going to set out what we're intending to do. That's move pegs every hour. So it's on the hour mark now. Time to move to the next one. Got my eyes set on one down here. If I can get in. Just drop it down there, feel the weight down. It's just on the bottom there, so it's deep. I put some oils in, and I'll get this smalt in. I've had a bite on the smalt, but I think we'll be taking the smelt. It's a bit small, the smelt. It's looking a bit mucky. We'll give it a wash again. We'll get some oils in. Give it an injection with oil. Keep your hand in out of the way. So yeah, I've lost one, well, I've lost two fish. Only small ones, and caught one small one. So moving pegs has sort of worked out. You can hear a boat coming now. It's a lot deeper here. I'm watching the float go down. It's probably 5 foot out. So a really good section. I think it's a barge. It sounds like a barge coming up, or a pleasure boat. And put a bit of chop on the water. Well, the fish are used to it in here. I'll get that at the end of this bush. It's still not on the bottom. On the bottom there. I'll leave it there for the time being. What I'll have to do, I'll have to land a fish down here. I always look to see where you can land a fish and then I'll come up here. Sounds like it's going quite fast, this boat, so it's going to play havoc with the floats going under. You can see the bow wave coming up. It's like a big boat, that. All the match guys were in here now, they won't be happy. Just have to keep an eye on the floats when this goes past, because you might get a bite just as the boat's going past. Going up to Linton. See the chocolate put on the water now. The other one's alright, but this one's under the water. I found sometimes after a boat comes past, you do get bites. I think it puts the roach on the feed, so the pike go on the feed as well. Settled down now. All the fish in the area are used to it. Put a bit of colour in the water as well. Right, I'll keep an eye on them all. Took it a bit faster, and the other one, I'm just going to move that rod out there, so it might be a bigger fish. Feels a bit bigger. It's going a bit now, so. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than the other one. Be careful with it. Big bow weight. Yeah, it's probably a double this one. Be careful now. What I'm going to do when I get this in, I'm going to bring the other rod in. Could be 20 pound of this. I don't want this one to come off. It's a big fish. It's a big fish, this one, folks. I thought it was a bit small at first, but it's got a big body on it, which we will not want this to chuck the hooks. try to get down here now to land it. I don't know if it's 20, could be 18. It's going down. Go for it, this one. Quite a thick set. Have to get down. One not come in yet. Strong fish this. I think it's done. Not yet. Get that in the net. In the net. Big old fish that. I'm going to do, get my bank stick, put that in. Bring the other rod in. Oh, the hooks have come out, folks. In the net. Let's get them out. Hold it up to camera, get a picture of this one. Then I'll weigh it. I reckon it's probably 18, maybe 20 pounds. A nice fish. Wanted that small. I think it's well over 20. So there you go, folks. I'll just get my breath back. Whew. Shaking a bit, to be honest. Put up a good scrap. I think it's probably about £20. I weighed it. I'll take the weight of the net off. What a beast. I'll let it recover in the net a bit. Put up a really good scrap. Strong fish. Shaking. I could tell it was a bigger one where it took the bait. And probably 19, £20 that. And £24 with a net. So, it's moving a bit now, I'm going to let her go, and I think this peg's done for me. Let's get her back in. Drop a good scrap. Get caught in the net, look at that. What a beast. I'm up about on the bottom now. What a fish. Whew. Right, I'm going to move to the next peg now. It was just over £20 that fish. Put up a right scrap. I thought it was a bit bigger, but I'll take it. And that one was actually caught on the rod that Brent would have been using if he'd have come. Like I said at the start, well, so I'm going to use one rod each. So I don't think there'll be anything else in this peg now, all this disturbance. Could be, but I'm going to move down to the next peg now. Oof, what a fish. I'm shaking a bit, it was a bit airy. Put up a really good scrap. Strong fish in this river. So we'll move to the next peg now. Right, well, last couple of pegs now, I think I'll go fishing of one or two. Might try this one. The banking's a bit steep, but I think I'll have to land the fish down here if I get one. Always have a look, see where you can land the fish. There's a bit there, but looks, might end up in the water if I go there. I'll just make sure the net will reach. Should easily reach it there. Put that there. Looks quite deep in the edge here. Smelt again. Just gonna get the net ready. I don't know if you can see it. It's going. Looks like probably a small one again. I have to land it on the banking down here. Yeah, it's like a small one. Another fish. Come off. I felt it come off. I felt the hooks that, so it will come back. Just change the smell. I'm getting a bit of a knock on it now. It's a bit frozen still. It's only just gone in a few seconds ago. No, I'm not keen on them when they're frozen. Miss bites sometimes. It's on. It's probably the one what were on before. It's only small. Just chucked the smell. Thought it'd come off. A bit of a tree above me. I don't know if I have to land it properly here. In the net. Went a bit crazy this one. Did roll of death in the net. Not a small jack this time. We'll get it back in. I had to cut the trace. No, we'll get that one back in. Let's get it back in. Put a new trace on now. Good thing about having cutters on your forceps. Yeah, there he goes. Right, that's it from me now. So it has paid off moving about pegs. I've probably done 7 pegs and there's only 2 of them where I had no interest. Bear in mind a few of them were only small jacks and stuff, but the jacks seem to be going for the smelt. And I got the bigger fish on a big smolt. So it's, you know, been interesting. It definitely does pay off moving about sometimes, but in pike fishing sometimes you just got too much gear. But I've put the bare essentials in the bag and, you know, it's paid off. I've enjoyed it. It's broke the day up a bit, and I could get a bit bored if you're just in the same peg and you're not getting bites. And yeah, I've had my biggest fish out of this section of river. I've had bigger river fish, but not in this river, so I'm happy with that. I think it was about 20 pound and a half, something like that. I'm not right good at weighing them, but it was definitely over 20 pound. It may have been even 21. But yeah, it's been good. I'll see you in the next one.